right. Whew. All right, I'm ready.
All right, Dom, listen up. There's this really crazy dilemma that one of my friends is going through right now. He just moved to Chicago. He's going to be out there for a little bit, and he doesn't have enough space on his tiny little desk in his tiny little room. It's about 2 times the size of Jack's breakfast place, so it's a 10 by 10 room. But he doesn't have nearly enough room on his desk for both of his computer monitors, and he's been asking me, like, what is there to do? What can I do? And I'm looking at him and I'm like, look, I can't help you here. I just don't have a solution to your problem. But now he's just been blowing up my phone, and now it's my problem.
So what you mean to tell me is that your friend has I mean, he has what, 2, maybe 3 Snickers bars on his desk that are just taking up everything?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Well, it doesn't sound like
no room for his monitors.
Yeah. No, I mean, I feel like maybe if somebody owned like 2 breakfast cafes and they wanted to make sure that they had ample desk space, it's almost like they should like get something like some sort of product. Now, like I'm trying to manifest a product from my brain that maybe doesn't exist yet, but like if only there was a product that could lift their computer monitors off of their desk so that they would have more room to fit more Snickers bars on it.
Oh my God, that would solve his problem, which would then solve my problem, which is he won't stop bitching at me.
Oh my God, if only... Man, I can't, it's always kind of like, it's right in and out of my mind. It's kind of like whenever I give Chris a topic for the podcast and it goes in one ear and out the other, like I feel like I kind of always forget about this one company that we have a pretty solid relationship with, and they specialize in getting your PC monitors off of your desk so that you can fit as many Snickers bars as possible. Man.
Dig. You need to dig right now. Dig, because
I'm digging.
To stop.
Oh, man. It has something to do with... Yeah, Echo Gear. Actually, Echo Gear is the website right there. It actually just came to me in an epiphany. Echo Gear, they actually make monitor mounts that you actually have total directional control over your monitor mounts, and it's butter smooth on the fly control. So whether you want to have 1, 2, 3 mounts on your desk, 1, 2, 3, 20 Snickers bars on your desk, you can actually fit as many as you want because Echo Gear monitor mounts are actually made to be adjustable on the fly.
That's wait a second. This sounds too good to be true. Tell me more.
Okay, now I don't want to overwhelm you all at once because I know you need to relay all of this information to your friend so that he stops complaining to you. But Echo Gear actually originated with TV monitor mounts or TV mounts, and they have a very long, storied history of making some of the best mounts in the business. So they've decided to bridge over to gaming because they have people in-house that are gamers, and they actually have lots of Snickers bars in their office too, and they just didn't know what to do with them. And I've heard a rumor, I can't say who I heard the rumor from, that's exactly why their gaming mounts came to be.
Okay, so you have me hooked. Now reel me in. Okay, reel me in. Where can I find these mounts?
Okay.
And could there possibly be any deals associated with these mounts?
Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. Now, I have not heard of any sales on any monitor mounts across any brand. Don't fact check that, but I'm pretty sure no PC monitor mounts have ever been on sale or have ever had a promo code tied to them ever.
There has to be at least one.
There has to be one. Hold on. Let me consult my other computer. Hold on. All right, I'm back. I've got something for you. If you have 2 options here. If you decide to go to echogear.com and you pick out your ideal monitor mount, your friend picks out their ideal monitor mount. They get all of their monitors.
My friend.
Yes, they get all of their monitors off of their desk. They take a pallet of Snickers bars and they just dump it onto their desk, and they have all the room in the world. They can get 10% off with promo code 10WICKED from your good friends at wickedgoodgaming.com. You tell your friend that we care about them and we want to maximize the real estate that they have for all of the candy across their desk. And if they use the promo code 10WICKED, they can save 10% off their Echo Gear monitor mount.
I have a confession to make.
You can tell me anything.
I've been stuck in the past the whole time. I'm talking about me. This was my experience in Chicago. I didn't have enough room for my Snickers bars. I didn't know what to do. Where was I supposed to put my monitors? Why didn't I have any mounts? What was I supposed to do? This was all me. I'm talking about me.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. It's been okay. It's okay. Papa Dom's here. Now, listen. I have an alternative for you. Now, if you are too afraid, I know this is a big step, and if you're too afraid to go to echogear.com, the really great folks at Echo Gear, their support is available 7 days a week, around the clock, to make sure that all of your PC monitor mount needs are met. And if that's too intimidating, okay? Now, I already know that if you're listening to this, you're probably already ready to steal your girlfriend's Amazon Prime and subscribe to us at twitch.tv/wickedgoodgaming, because it's free. She's never going to know. But while you're there, on Amazon, logged into your girlfriend's account. Now you go and you search for an Echo Gear monitor mount, and they are actually on Amazon. It's an accessible website, very easy to use. You can still use that very same promo code 10WICKED, that's 10WICKED, to get 10% off that monitor mount. So, whether you're going, you're taking things straight on and you're going straight to the Echo Gear website, or you want to go to Amazon, that's totally fine. Order it from the comfort of your phone, tablet, or your PC, whether or not you're holding the monitor off of your desk. Promo code 10WICKED is going to get you 10% off an Echo Gear monitor mount, and it doesn't matter where you order it from.
I wish I knew this when I was alone and cold and tired, all by myself in Chicago. That such a long time ago. I wish I had this then, but I have this now.
And now you know.
Now
Let's start the fucking podcast. Yo, welcome back to Not Another Gaming Podcast. It's your boy, Papa Dom. We are back. It's episode 82. Damn, episode 82. This shit is fucking, man, we've been doing this for too long. I'm ready for bed. It's a #1 gaming podcast on Spotify. You already know what it is. We're pretty out here, and that was a very emotional ad that we just did. I'm still kind of reeling myself back into the real world. It kind of took me to a place. I feel like I was watching a television commercial for Days of Our Lives. Rob, are you okay?
Yeah, you think I was kidding about being stuck in the past, about all the traumas that happened to me in Chicago? No, it's still occurring right now in my mind.
And we actually do have a very special guest, a very, very long time coming. We promised this to each other like 2 PAXs ago, and but we began our relationship, our long distance relationship, nigh on a decade ago.
Yeah.
Craig, I know that you were just an audience for this ad, but are you okay? I feel like I saw you looked a little distraught.
It was beautiful. It was like you guys should do radio dramas about tech problems. I think that's where we're at. Yeah. I just want to listen to these.
Is that where the money's at? Can we get into this?
Ooh, I don't know. It's uncharted. So it either is or it isn't. I don't know. But you know what? You could find out.
Yep.
We could find out.
To be the ones.
We might low-key have already started a podcast about that. Like, this might actually just low-key be a radio drama about tech problems. I feel like we're already kind of halfway there. And if you haven't, if you don't know already, Craig, a.k.a. Craigums, on pretty much every social media platform, AbleGamers program director, accessibility advocate, and pretty much the okayest guy on the internet. That sounds like I'm summing it up pretty well, right?
Yeah. Did you read the Wikipedia for AbleGamers? Is that where you got that from?
No, I invented that actually. I was the one that edited the Wikipedia.
Oh wait, it's not there anymore. It used to say that I was just an okay person, and it was cited from someone on Twitter. Oh, it's gone now. I'm really kind of sad. The Wikipedia used to just say, Craig Kaufman, okay guy. It's gone now.
Yeah, you're like the okayest guy that I know. Low key, a lot of people may not know this, but some people do. I would probably not be on. I probably wouldn't have this podcast if it wasn't for Craig, because I ended up kind of like falling into a very elaborate April Fool's prank that spiraled out of control, like at a rate that was absolutely astronomical. Should we get into this now, or should we save this later? Because I do want to quickly recap this at some point for people who don't know.
That's up to you. We could jump into it and then move forward, or if you want to do it later, it's up to you.
Let's you know what? All right, let's do this first. Let's
Okay.
do a little segment that we like to refer to as the weekend recap, and then we'll dive right into that. That'll I do want to glaze over that quickly, but first let's do a little weekend recap. So, Craig, you're our guest, and we want to make sure that we give you the right of way first. So, why don't you tell us how your weekend went? I'd love to hear if you what you got up to, if it did anything interesting or anything not interesting.
So I think I played a lot of Sea of Thieves, and that was roughly it. I streamed a bunch of Sea of Thieves. I played a bunch of Sea of Thieves. I took a bunch of naps. That's like the ideal weekend. Really exciting stuff, I know. I wish it was like after like a really exciting weekend, but like no, this podcast came after I straight up was like, I'm gonna sleep in. I literally this was my Sunday. Get ready.
I'm so fucking ready.
I woke up. Remember we were talking about how I have problems sleeping. Well, get this. I woke up at 9 o'clock, or I woke up earlier. I kept waking up, but like 9 o'clock is when I officially woke up. You know how you kind of like wake up and then you go back to sleep, but then you wake up. So then 9 o'clock rolls around. I'm up. 11 o'clock. I take a nap. I nap until 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yes.
It was beautiful. Then I played Sea of Thieves forever. I watched Westworld, and then it was the week. It was one of those weekends where you're like, I'm gonna do nothing this weekend.
Yes.
And I succeeded.
You certainly did. That sounds incredible. I feel like I haven't napped until that late in probably a very long time, but I do envy your ability to hibernate at a moment's notice. And I wish I could do the same. I truly do.
It was only that one weekend. Of course, the one weekend where I'm on a podcast talking about what I did that weekend, I get to be like, oh no, I did some yard work. There we go. We're getting there. We're getting to the good stuff now. I cut down some trees.
Getting to the meat of it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's all the good stuff. Took some naps. I mean, like, I should have had a more exciting weekend to jump into this podcast.
If only we had a really fun online video game to play together like Brink.
Oh, dude.
What?
No.
Who the fuck wants to play Brink?
It's a long story. I remember. Rob, how was your weekend?
It was okay. I just want to congratulate you. You played more video games this weekend than Chris has in the past year and a half. So, good job. Good on you. Did you launch a game this weekend? Like, did a video game pop up on your computer screen at all this weekend?
I did.
Okay, congrats. So you played more video games than Chris has. Good job. I took Kaylee out Friday to Market Street, got dinner, and then watched Jurassic Park.
Where'd you go, Davios?
Not the new one. We're watching all of the Jurassic Parks before we go see Jurassic World 2.
Yep.
Saturday, went to Kowloon for our pal Bubba's gathering.
Yep. The gathering of the Bubbalos, as it's known.
Yeah, gathering of the Bubbalos. Yep. He got a couple of
that's what it is now.
He got a couple of people from his community to join up, and people traveled a little bit. Went to Kowloon's, had some good food, got buzzed off of some zombies, and then got drunk at Mix 360, the worst place on the planet. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. Did you hang out with any other friends on this weekend?
Oh yeah, we got wings. Yeah, we went to Hooters.
It's all right. Yeah, I guess I'll just go fuck myself.
Was
Yeah,
that Sunday?
that was Sunday. Yeah, we did.
Oh, I thought that was like Monday. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
no, we had a little Sunday afternoon. We got some wings, got some beers. Rob was determined to eat 22 wings. He did. He certainly did.
Nice.
He was like at one point I saw just like beads of sweat appearing on his forehead, and he was just like, "Come on, Bob, you can do this." And it was just digging in. He was really digging in. It was like, you see, it was like in any Rocky movie where there's like a slow motion part where he kind of like dodges a punch and then comes through and like hits the guy in the jaw. It was just like that, but it was like a man versus a plate of wings. And he really persevered. It was an actual story of human perseverance that I witnessed. And then we met up with our good pal Joe from Gemhammer and Sons Gaming. We went to the greatest Chinese food restaurant pretty much in the world, actually, Peter Wu's Chinese restaurant, and had some crab rangoons. Had some delicious beverages, and that was that. Other than that, I had a pretty relaxing weekend too. I watched like fucking 12 episodes of Homeland. I just started that series like a couple weeks ago, so I've been doing that. And I played a lot of World of Warcraft. I've been doing a lot of rep grinding on WoW. A lot, actually, like an obscene amount. I'm trying to kind of like ramp up to Battle for Azeroth, get all my reputations up so that way I can get flying throughout this expansion so I can level through it even quicker next time. Get all like kind of the hidden appearances. I'm kind of like going down the checklist for anybody that's playing Legion right now. Usually there's kind of like a checklist that you should probably get of shit that you can get done because it won't exist in the next expansion, so you can get ahead of the curve on shit. So just been doing a lot of that, and had some chicken wings, enjoyed the company of some friends, and fuck you, Bubba. Peter Wu's is the fucking best, so eat shit. I still
Peter
love
Wu's
you.
is the best.
It really is the best. I love you still though. Peter Wu's is actually
fuck him. No. Fuck him. Fuck everyone in the group text that I'm in with them. Fuck all of them.
Yep, I guess that's actually I'm a company man, so that's the stance.
Yeah, we're taking a stance right now.
Yeah,
right now, right here live.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh boy, Maddie's here. Craig, we have been we've been in a long distance relationship for quite a while.
Yes.
Mia knows about us.
Yes.
And I just feel like a lot of the people in our audience don't know about us. Would you care to maybe give like a very brief primer on how we know each other and what on earth has happened in the last like 14 years of internet friendship?
Also, one quick thing. Could you also tell everybody listening what AbleGamers is and what you guys do?
Yeah, do that too.
It's incredible.
We could do them as two separate parts. Maybe we start with this first, and then we go to the second part. So here we go. This is what happened when I met Dom Mahoney, like 10 years ago. What ended up happening was the FragDudes made an April Fool's joke about trying to get FragDudes in. And they made this like web page about it. They set up everything. They had like a contest. It was an April Fool's contest to have to send FragDudes to E3. So I was like, oh, this is kind of funny. Let's see what it is. Oh, let's see if they have a Twitter account. I'll tweet at them. They didn't register the Twitter account FragDudes, which was kind of a problem because some asshole did. That was me. So I registered the Twitter account FragDudes, and I was tweeting about pizza for about, I don't know, like 20 hours straight. And what ended up happening was people kept tweeting the account like, I want to be a frag dude. So I just went, you're in, number one. Number two, I just started giving random people numbers. And obviously this was an April Fool's joke, and I actually talked to the FragDudes during it, because like what the FragDudes did, I think was actually really cool. Like they actually paved the way for a lot of stuff going on now. Like the FragDudes cadets got a lot of people into the industry, and there's a lot of cool people that I've met through Frag Dolls and Frag Doll Cadets that ended up working at these game companies. But for that time period, Don Mahoney and I would we would tweet about pizza and
Like Mighty Ducks references.
yeah, it was the Twitter account was the equivalent of like an Axe ad, but a Twitter account, and it was fun. You know, it was a lot of fun. It kind of got me involved with random things that I didn't think I would get involved in, and yeah, so that was kind of what happened. It was very interesting. The FragDudes account is dead.
Long
it's
live
still,
the FragDudes account.
It's still out there, but that is what happened. So I met Dom through that. I met a whole bunch of people that I'm actually still friends with, like Jimmy, who works at like Humble Bundle. We met through that. I mean, it was just a really cool experience, and it was really fun. We talked to them and said, hey, if you guys want this account, please take it. We don't want to cause any problems. And then they were like, no, just keep tweeting about pizza. So we did.
Didn't have to tell me twice. Yeah. Yeah, that was an interesting like springboard, and I think it was that following year was the very first PAX East. That was even before PAX, and there was the following year was like the very first PAX East, and I actually had worked at the Ubisoft booth with the Frag Dolls, and they were like, "Hey, were you one of those guys that was like tweeting from the account that was like FragDudes?" And I was like, it depends. Are you mad at them? And they were like, no, we thought it was hysterical. And I was like, then yes, I was definitely involved. And then they were like, sir, you're under arrest. But no, it was we met a lot of great people through that. Like kind of a long story short, like I we did like the FragDudes thing, got like a lot of different people involved, and it was a lot of great stuff, and we pretty much used that as a springboard for different charities and shit like that, as far as I can remember, just as like for an account that had attention. And from there, I actually met a couple more people, ended up writing for a previous video game website, and then had enough experience to kind of start my own, and that's pretty much where we're at now. So that's a very important part of my origin story. The FragDudes account was kind of like me being bitten by a radioactive spider, and then it's like 1, 2, skip a few, #1 gaming podcasts on Spotify. So, not an insignificant part of my origin story. And I had somebody at PAX East this past year even mention it to me, and I was like, dude, that has literally not been a thing for like since I was in high school or some shit. So, but yeah, and you're also a part of one of the biggest accessibility communities for video games in the world. What is AbleGamers all about, and what do you do on their behalf?
Awesome. So AbleGamers is a charity that supports gamers with disabilities. What we do is we work within the industry, and we give feedback on, adding accessible options. So like colorblind mode, button remapping, all of that kind of stuff. We work directly with developers. We have a guide online. We're always working on giving out more information so developers know what is needed so that everyone can enjoy video games. And on the other side of that, we actually give out controllers. So if somebody needs like a one-handed controller or a mouth controller or a foot controller, we're able to actually go through a grant process and buy it for them. As well as we also have other initiatives similar. So we have our expansion pack program where instead of giving out like one controller to one person, we'll actually go to a hospital or an assisted living facility, and we'll set up like a full game room. So we're talking like an Xbox, a PC, and then all of the accessible controllers that people would need. So that way, like, if somebody needs to, if we have, we set up at Helen Hayes in New York. So we had, the mouth controllers, we had a whole bunch of switches, and that way everyone was able to play together. And these are people that may not have been able to play video games before. And video games bring people together. So
yeah,
that's what we do. We just we make sure that we find the equipment, we give it out, we work within the industry, and that's what we do. We just want to make sure everyone can play video games.
Yeah, I mean that's a pretty noble cause. I mean, making sure everybody can game is a huge deal. I mean, I know that I've made some of my best friends in life thanks to video games, and I think everybody deserves a shot at that. So I mean, that's a cause I think everybody can get behind, no matter what your background is or what your beliefs are. So is there a particular use case or a particular case in general that you're most proud of?
So it's interesting. You know, we get to work with a lot of people, and I've been able to work with some of the game companies that I have always, you know, played and stuff like that. But I think one of the most exciting things was the Xbox adaptive controller that was announced a little bit ago. We got to work on that for the last like 3 years, and I wasn't able to talk about it. So now all I want to do is talk about it. Here, I have,
Yeah, please do talk about it.
Yeah, go ahead, talk away.
Tell us all about it.
Yeah, I've had one in my house for like 3 years, and I've just been wanting to talk about it. And now they won't sue me if I talk about it, so it's pretty exciting. But no, like, so this is the Xbox adaptive controller, and it's an awesome thing. Like, there hasn't really been a big like AAA or, you know, a big industry push for accessibility. I mean, there has been a big push for accessibility, but when it comes to like the input devices, there hasn't really been one by a major, you know, one of the major players. But Xbox wanted to make sure this existed. So are you guys familiar with how this goes, or I can just explain?
No, please do. Assume that we have never seen this before.
Yes,
fair enough.
Go on.
So this acts as an Xbox controller. What these are actually two different buttons. So it's A and B, and then you got a D-pad here. But the real awesomeness of it is these jacks in the back are 3.5 millimeter switches. So if you needed to plug in like a byte switch, you could just plug that in for A or B or whatever you needed to do. So what I got up for a minute because since you guys are Boston, I figured I would use, you know, Rock Band kick pedal, but you could, in theory, you know, if you wanted to, you would just plug it in like right in the back like that. And then now instead of hitting right trigger, you could stomp your foot on the pedal. I mean, there's a lot of different ways and options you can utilize it, but Xbox has done some really cool stuff, and it was exciting to be a part of it because we had a controller similar to this, but this is like the modern version. It's really kind of set the bar for accessibility on consoles, anywhere actually, because it works with Windows 10. I mean, it's really cool. If you plug this in, it just thinks it's an Xbox One controller.
That's pretty wild.
And we're able to just plug in everything. Yeah.
I actually didn't even know that with the back of it, because I mean the articles that I saw were mainly just the front of the controller, where I was like, oh, that's great. Yeah. I didn't know if those were like spinning discs on the front of it, or if it was more of like a you know, something that had different like rotational or like directional triggers on it. But seeing all of those different inputs on the back makes that 1,000 times more interesting, where, you know, you can really kind of, depending on what your needs are, you know, it sounds like there's really an input kind of, or multiple inputs for a lot of different solutions. So, I mean, that sounds absolutely incredible.
Even the way that the buttons are on the front, if you could use them like just as foot pedals. So if you wanted to put this controller on the ground, and then Xbox has a mode called co-pilot mode where you can make two controllers act as one. So a lot of people will use that for accessibility reasons, or if they want to play a game together at the same time with one controller, you can do that. But what we've already been able to do is have someone put this on the ground, use these as foot pedals, and then be able to just play with the standard controller, but have a little bit extra options. And it's been really cool. Like, being able to work on this was really exciting because we just knew how important it was going to be, and the fact that these things are only $100 is huge. Like, the other option we had before this was $400, and that was at price because we worked with a company called Evil Controllers, and they would rip open a controller and kind of solder everything together. So having, like, you know, an Xbox branded thing that they can mass produce. I mean, this is the fact that it's only $100. We're actually able to give out a lot more of them. Well, they're not out yet, but with our grant program, you know, normally it would be buying we would set up the $400 controller plus, you know, $100 worth of switches. We're looking at $500 to help someone, and now we're looking at, you know, $100 plus maybe $100 worth of switches for $200. So now, like, as a charity, it's going to be huge for us because we can help more people with the same amount of money. For
sure. Have you awesome. I mean, that's absolutely incredible. I mean, I you know, my previous 9 to 5 was at Apple, and that was a company that was really focused on accessibility as well. So that was something I had my finger on the pulse on a lot. And I think that, gaming in general, like you said before, like it brings people together, and this is just an incredible way that Xboxes are like kind of reaching out to have to make sure that anybody can game, and I know that's AbleGamers' mission as well. So, is there a particular game that you've seen, like maybe like a more technically challenging game that you've seen like played successfully with one of these controllers?
So when we were told to test these, like obviously, you look at it and you're like, all right, is it going to be difficult to use joysticks? So what you do is you plug in, there's USB joysticks. So I plugged in the Logitech, like the big flight sticks for it. And we were told to test these. So we did all sorts of things like see how much pressure we could put on it. Or the first thing I did was I actually loaded up Overwatch with it because I wanted to make sure that this controller would be something that, because it's easy to be like, okay, a racing game, you go left and right and you have gas, right? But like, I wanted to be able to test it with first-person shooters that I think would be a little bit more difficult with certain controllers. And the first match I played as Diva, which was really fun because I had, the big flight sticks, kind of like what she has in the mech. And the first match, I got play of the game, and as soon as I did that, I was like, "This is a thing that could work. This is perfect."
That's
and
awesome.
It was really cool. I mean, it was also fun to be able to have like the two joysticks, and then the ultimate button was like the foot pedal, the Rock Band foot pedal.
Just like
so,
stomp on it.
Imagine just like flying around and then shooting your mech and stomping your foot. It felt real cool, but it's just really awesome because even though it's for Xbox, you can plug it into PC as well. And for people that may have difficulties hitting all the buttons on a keyboard, you could even set it up that way. So I was testing it with Overwatch. I play a lot of Overwatch. It's kind of a problem, but like I set it up where I wanted to see if I could play with the keyboard and mouse, but also use it. So I actually put this on, had a foot pedal on the ground and attached all of my voice lines to the foot pedal. So I was able to just spam can't stop, won't stop the entire match without having to move my hands off like the keyboard and mouse. Like there's a lot of uses for it, but I know like I have a lot of friends that are actually going to be able to utilize this, and they've already told me that there's a lot of games that they weren't able to play because they were controller based, and now that they have this, they're going to be able to plug in different controllers and stuff. So it's actually really, really exciting to be able to play games, and I just love this thing. So now I kind of take it everywhere I can.
That's awesome
because I can talk about it.
Since it's all about accessibility,
yeah,
because it's kind of a topic that's come up recently,
yeah,
where like the industry such as like Sony and PlayStation has become so exclusive that they're like locking people out of scenarios. Like if you bring your Fortnite account over to PlayStation, it's locked there forever and you can't use it. Do you see like a trend going further into the industry like that bridges the gap between exclusivity that's based on like player accessibility like this?
So that's kind of an interesting question because like there's a lot of people that play with a PlayStation controller because the joysticks where they're positioned is more comfortable for them versus an Xbox controller. And from like an accessibility stance, a lot of people will play with the controller in their mouth. And PS4, a lot of gamers hated it. Well, they play with the controller on their mouth because the touchpad gets in the way and brings up whatever menu it is. It's interesting because like accessibility and having having crossplay is always exciting because you want to be able to play with your friends, but I think it's almost two different subjects because I want to be able to play with my friends no matter what platform they are on.
Oh, no, I was just using that as an example of like PlayStation currently is trying to be a little more exclusive like as a whole.
Yeah.
So I was wondering, because this is a Microsoft helped to create this device, do you think it's going to branch out into the future?
So I know like PlayStation's been doing a lot of stuff with accessibility. We've actually worked with them a few times as well on a lot of the software stuff. And I think they're going to add more features and do more things. I know Xbox has kind of talked about how they would be willing to work with PlayStation on this kind of controller. There's ways to use anything. Like if you wanted to use controllers or modify controllers, you could do it. But a lot of it is going to depend on like the system. So like, for example, PlayStation, they have a first party controller that's a keyboard and mouse kind of thing. So a lot of players that could really only benefit off of using a mouse can actually plug it into their PS4 and use it. And Same with like Fortnite. There's a lot you can plug in a keyboard and mouse into Fortnite on PS4 and just play Fortnite, which is, I think they're adding it to Xbox eventually. It's going to be interesting because we're in a new era of it where companies are not only going, okay, we should add accessibility features. They're going, how can we make it better? How can we include more features? So I think you're going to see more and more of that. And what was exciting to me is like this past E3, there was a conference, or I guess it was a panel. It was a panel that had Bryce from Xbox and then Sam from PlayStation, and they were talking about the accessibility features that they want to include. And what was awesome is like you had both of them on the same stage representing their brands, talking to each other. And I think that's going to be something important because, you know, there's going to be business decisions. I don't think you'll see Gears of War on PS4, and I don't think you'll see Uncharted on Xbox, but I think there's ways that everyone can work together to kind of share information to make sure that you can have accessible experiences inside of those games.
Yeah, for sure. I think I hope that does kind of serve to bring the the development community together. I hope that we see a lot of collaboration between different developers, whether they're indie developers or big time developers or publishers. I hope that everybody kind of understands that the more people that are able to play their games, the better. And it's not just for the for the average consumer. There's lots of people out there who can't play their favorite games, or who have been trying to find new ways to play their favorite games more enjoyably. And I think that's it's good that we have organizations like AbleGamers because they're making sure that everybody can game. And I'm sure it's an ongoing battle. And hopefully more publishers or developers are kind of like get on board and kind of dedicate time and resources to making it a reality. So, we definitely appreciate AbleGamers. Again, having been in, involved with companies that, have a focus on accessibility, that is something that really matters. And having seen people in the accessibility lounge at PAX, for example, really, just playing the shit out of their favorite games really just is something else. So it really makes you feel good, and you're doing some great stuff, man. So we definitely appreciate all that. It's something else for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's just a little heartwarming stuff. We get a little fuzzy sometimes here on Not Another Gaming Podcast. You know how it is. So on a completely unrelated note. I need to refill my water bottle, but Rob, you had mentioned we're just gonna
I was actually thinking about changing this up.
Yeah,
because he said he played Sea of Thieves all weekend, so now we actually have two people that might be able to guess my game.
Oh, you want to do a little guess my game?
It's been a couple of weeks, and we actually have someone who knows video games.
We have two people that play video games.
Right. On this video game podcast.
So I'm going to refill my water bottle real quick, but explain to Craig how Guess My Game works. Hold on.
Okay. All right. All right. So we're going to play Zoltan Bob's Guess My Game.
Okay.
Right? I'm Zoltan Bob.
Okay.
Up here in my head, I have a video game in mind.
All right.
You and Dom have 19, and when he gets back, I'm going to say this again, because this flip-flops every other fucking week. You guys have 19 yes or no questions that you ask me to try to determine what game I'm thinking of in my head.
Okay.
And then at question number 20, you get to guess is this game blank?
Do we have to ask it in the form of a question like Jeopardy
No,
or
not
okay? Just want to know the rules before I mess something up.
No.
I want to win this game now. Now
Good.
you've set it up that like no one has won this, and your other friend doesn't play video games, and now I'm here like I play video games. I know what I'm talking about, and I want to make sure that I do this right now. There's a lot of pressure.
No. So it's actually been won more times than lost. In all honesty. But I was explaining to Craig, you have 19 yes or no questions, and then the final 20th question, Dom, are you listening? The final 20th question.
These rules change every single time we play this game.
No, we solidified it last time. It's staying this way for the rest of the time. Okay? The final 20th question, is this game blank?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
All right,
I'm gonna get a notepad out.
Let me pull up the Wikipedia on my opposite screen.
Literally, it's like the worst game of 20 questions ever.
I think it's a great game, Dom. I think this is gonna be beautiful.
As somebody who's like, I feel like I don't know how many times we've played. Let's say we've played 15 times. I'm like 13-2. So the record's pretty good.
I think it's gonna be like, you
No.
know how you play Guess Who and there's like 3 questions you can ask to just narrow out everyone?
Yeah.
There's gonna be like a trick that we can figure out.
Yeah.
And eventually it'll be like, is it the bald head to do with the glasses? And it's like, damn,
I
how'd you
know. It's Peter Molyneux.
I think we got this.
All right. So I have it pulled up.
Okay.
I got my notebook right in front of me.
Okay.
You guys now have to try to guess Zoltan Bob.
So we split the 19 questions, right? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could just go whoever has a question.
Typically, if
Okay.
it's me and Chris, like I'll just take all 19 questions, and I'll be like, "All right, Chris, you got anything?" And he'll say like, "Rah, rah," and he'll be like, "Is Tom Nook in it?" And I'll be like, "No, he's not. It's still not Animal Crossing." And
it should be Animal Crossing though.
and he'll go like, "Is it Bully?" And I'll be like, "No, it's not Bully." And then it'll come back to me. So that's pretty much it.
All right, we got this. Do you want to start it?
Yeah. Also, Rob, can you, since Chris is not going to listen to this, can you like make it Bully like next time we play and just see if he gets it?
We'll see. I'll put it on the list at some point.
Make it Bully or Animal Crossing or like Angry Birds and just see if he gets it. All right, I'll go first. Let's see. Is this game? Does this game have online multiplayer?
No.
Okay.
Just can I ask a clarification question
Sure.
for that? Does that count as an actual question?
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay. Did the game ever have online multiplayer and the servers shut down, or did it never have multiplayer?
Upon its release, there was no multiplayer. As of later on, I don't believe there was multiplayer, but I'm not 100% sure.
Okay. So is it my turn?
Yeah, go for it.
Whatever,
Okay.
whoever has questions.
Is it exclusive to a platform?
Upon release, yes, it was.
Ooh.
Let me double check, but as of right now, yes.
Exclusive upon release. Okay.
Upon release, yes. Then maybe something else.
Is the main character of the game a human?
Yes.
It could still be Animal Crossing. I want to point that out. It still could be Animal Crossing.
It still was exclusive upon release. That's right.
Okay. Is it from the current generation? Or let me rephrase that because that could be different. Was it released in the last 5 years?
No. Good question. No.
Okay. So it's an old game.
Let's see. This game is not console. It was exclusive upon release. Was this an Xbox exclusive?
No.
Oh, maybe it was a PS3.
That's
exclusive.
5.
Yeah, I'm like writing them down now.
So, Dom, are we assuming this is a PlayStation exclusive? Because now we've got a problem because we got.
Because yeah, I think it was probably a PS3 exclusive because if it was older than 5 years, that kind of lines up with like the PS3's like we have all the exclusive categories, but it would have to have been. It says exclusive upon release, so it might have came out afterwards.
Okay, I've got a question. Is it a very serious game?
No.
No. Okay.
Is the main character female?
Can be.
Oh shit! It could still be Animal Crossing.
It could still be Animal Crossing.
For the record, no online multiplayer, not exclusive upon release.
Wait,
human, older than 5 years old, not Xbox exclusive, and not serious. And it can be.
Animal Crossing did have online multiplayer. It is not Animal Crossing.
No, not the original one.
That's true. Actually, I think the N64 one that released in Japan had online multiplayer with an adapter, but the GameCube one did have online multiplayer. If you had that weird adapter that no one really had.
Oh shit! I didn't have that.
Yeah,
I also bought Fantasy.
I
also bought Phantasy Star Online, and I couldn't play it online. So.
Yeah, I bought Final Fantasy 11 online for my PlayStation 2. Never played it. Spent $120 on it with the HDD adapter. Never fucking played it. By the way, it's not Final Fantasy 11. There you go. There's a freebie.
We got a freebie. Nice. Is it my turn or is it your turn?
So fucking
It's
mad
you.
at that game.
It's me?
Yeah.
Okay. I just had it, now I lost it. Crap. I had the perfect question line. What if Dom asks a question?
That's
real
fine.
Quick.
All right.
Whenever
No
you
online
guys-
multiplayer.
Whenever
Could be.
you guys have questions, just let me
Do
know.
you create your own character in this game?
No.
See, now I'm confused because when he said it could be, and it's we got that it was a human, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a human, but you don't create the character.
And it
I
can
don't know,
be
man.
it can be either gender. Are there multiple like POV characters?
What do you mean by POV character?
Like, are there multiple players that you play from? Are there multiple characters that you play from their perspective?
Yes. Good question.
Okay. Multiple characters you play from their perspective.
Is the game rated M for mature?
No.
Ooh.
Oh man.
That's 3, 6, 9, 10 questions.
Man, you made this difficult. I feel like it's either going to be something like incredibly out there or
This game originally launched on PS3.
No. It's
Is-
11.
Is that Wii? Is it a Wii game now? It's got to be a Wii game then. It's older than 5 years old, not an Xbox exclusive. I mean, I guess it could be even older than that.
and it's not a serious game. Okay. Is this a first-party Nintendo release?
No.
I got nothing now, man.
Shit. Okay. Older than 5 years old. Is
So
this
It's not a PS3 game. It's not an Xbox game. And it's not a first-party Nintendo release, but you can play as multiple people. Wow, and it has no multiplayer. Is it a driving game?
No.
All right, I got it.
Fuck. Okay, you play as a human. Damn. Is this game third person?
Yes.
Does this game involve collectibles?
Yes.
That's kind of what I was thinking, but now I'm kind of not. But I'm not thinking it at the same time.
It's 15.
It's third person. It's not a first party Nintendo release. Not serious. Could be multi-gender. No create your own character. Multiple perspective characters. So, like my like head is going towards Skylanders, but I don't remember what Skylanders came out on first. I'm pretty sure it was first on Wii, and that was it. But I don't remember. I did work at GameStop during that time, but I don't remember.
Let me go back on that last question. You don't actually collect things.
I meant like sorry, to clarify, does this involve like like amiibos basically? Like are there like collectible like things that you would buy like Skylander like action figures to like okay.
You also don't collect things in the game.
Okay.
Because I'm looking into it, because I thought you did, but I'm looking into it, and I don't think you do.
Damn.
It's been a while since I've played it. It's been a while since I've played it. It's been quite some time since I've played it.
This leads me to believe it was probably like a PS2 game, maybe.
Wait, what did we ask? We asked if it was on PS3, right?
We asked if it was a PS3 exclusive, not a. Yeah, we didn't ask if it was PlayStation.
Is it on a Sony console?
No.
Fuck, that was like 17.
Yep. Yeah. All right. So we're assuming it's Nintendo.
It was ported. It was eventually later on ported to Sony consoles as well. Initially, upon release, it was not.
Oh my god. I think I know what this is. I If we get to question 19, I think I know what this is.
Why don't you ask if it starts with a certain letter?
Does this game start with the letter R?
No.
Fuck!
I
thought it was Resident Evil 4 because it was exclusive on GameCube first, and then it went to a Sony console, and it's third person. You can play as Ada Wong in the PS2 game. Fuck.
I see where your head's at.
I'm trying to think of games that I know are ported from Nintendo onto other things. I have no idea. There's like... Oh, no. So there's a lot of games that were on Nintendo Wii U that no one ever bought. So they repackaged it on other systems. But I think...
Was Bayonetta originally a... But that was...
I was thinking Bayonetta, but he said that you could play as... That you could play as... well... Couldn't you play as the dude from Devil May Cry in that? Or was there? I didn't finish the game. I thought there was ways to unlock.
I don't know, but that was also he said it wasn't serious. It wasn't a serious game, and I feel like
that's true.
Bayonetta was pretty serious.
So, I know what was it? The Wii U Zombies game was ported.
And he's played this too, and he didn't. I don't think Rob's ever had a Wii U, so I don't know. You don't collect shit. It's not a driving game. It's not a first-party Nintendo release. What are we at, like, officially? 15, 16, 17?
17.
Oh, man. You got anything, Dom?
I got nothing. I'm like, I'm trying to think.
Okay, I got one. Is it a game that people are excited about when they ported it?
Probably not.
Okay. That sums up a lot of the Wii U. Oh no. How are you gonna pick a game that no one's excited about? How are you just gonna do this? How are you gonna make this difficult?
I can't say that right now. I'll tell you after why I picked it, but I can't say it right now.
think. There's got to be something here.
You have one more question, and then you're gonna guess the game.
Beautiful.
Okay, it's third person. You don't collect things.
You play as a human. There's no online. It's not serious. It's not M-rated. And it's not by Nintendo. So I'm thinking, what I'm thinking about is there's like Ubisoft games were ported, and so were a lot of Capcom games, I believe. If it's from the Wii U generation, some of those games just got ported over. I don't know, Dom. I let you fail on this one. So go ahead and take the last question, because I got nothing.
Not rated M. What do we? We have one more question, and then we have to guess it.
Yep.
Fucking Christ. Does it involve collectibles? Or just on console? Wow, we're not even close. Probably not exciting. Multiplayer, exclusive upon release, human. Exclusive upon release.
All right, we might have to throw a timer up on this one.
Go for it.
All right.
You get a question and a guess, and a lot of space in between questions.
I'm fucking thinking here. This is hard.
Think faster and think smarter.
This is like the hardest one that you've fucking given us. Am I gonna want to fucking kill myself after I fucking play it, after I get this wrong?
You want this to be a 19th question?
No. I want you to give this to me for free. Give me the gentleman's question.
You want one free question?
Yeah.
You guys got stuck on platform and generation of platform way too long.
If this is Sonic and the Secret Rings, I'm gonna be bullshit. Stuck on platform and generation way too long. I don't know. I got nothing. Is this? I don't even know. I got nothing.
Get a towel you want to throw in? Maybe white towel?
No. I don't. Is this game? It wasn't M-rated either. Fuck.
But you play as a human. All right, I got. Oh no, he's setting a timer. Crap.
Yeah.
Do you got something?
No, I was trying to think. I'm like, what was Nintendo exclusive that went to other platforms? I know. Well, no, it went to Xbox, and that's not in it. This is gonna be annoying. I bet you it's gonna be something so stupid. We're gonna be so mad. Dom, feel free. Just go for it. I feel like we've lost. You ask all the questions you want.
I'm trying to think. I can't even think of like other. Like I'm trying to even look at like a list of like Wii exclusives. And I was thinking, like, even Mad World got ported afterwards, but, like, that's a serious game, and it's M-rated. And
but that's not a serious... Well, it is M-rated. See, that's the problem. I don't think it's...
All right, you're almost out.
All right. Dom, if you want to throw in the towel, I yield to you.
No, I'm not going to throw in the towel. I gotta like, guess one more thing. I don't know. Is this, let's see. Jesus, no online multiplayer, exclusive upon release. You play as a human. It's older than 5 years old. It's not an Xbox exclusive.
Void. What's the game?
Not serious. You could be multi-gender. No create your own character. Okay, I'm going through the fucking questions real quick. Hold on. No create your own character.
We've been going through the fucking questions for 25 minutes.
Yeah, I know. Well, listen, you know, I've played a couple of games here. I don't know. Is it Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles?
No.
Damn it. What is it?
You got hung up way too much on platform and generational platforms. Or you should have dug deeper because you were off by 10 years, roughly. Jet Set Radio, released June 29th, 2000 on the Sega Dreamcast, was eventually ported to the Game Boy Advance. Who the fuck gets excited about that?
Well, wait. But then Sega also put it on Xbox. No, they put Jet Grind Radio
No,
out.
they put Jet Set Radio Future on Xbox, and then all of them got HD ports to several different platforms.
Yeah, we just got...
Yeah, you guys were off by a decade.
Yep.
I think it's 4-2 right now for Guess My Game. Tough one. And the reason
What was the other one I got wrong?
Cameo. Elements of Power.
That one doesn't count because you said it was a fucking RPG and it's not an RPG.
It has RPG elements in
That's
it.
not an RPG. It's not an RPG. Craig,
It has
is
RPG
Cameo Elements of
in it.
Power is an RPG?
Doesn't matter. Take the L.
No, it's
Take a
no.
little man.
That's no, absolutely
Take the
not.
L
I'll
like
take
a
this
man.
one. This is the first.
Lost.
This is the only real loss. This is my first
You
actual true
fucking
loss.
lost. So the reason why I chose it is because it's considered. You also never got into genre, by the way.
Yeah, because
Strangely enough,
I'll tell you why.
you
Because
guys
that
never
first
got
one.
into genre. Never got into genre. Consider a platform action sports game, and we talked extensively about Tony Hawk last week. So I didn't want to go directly into Tony Hawk. I wanted to go into another sports game. That's why. I could have also went like Dave Mirra's BMX, but like
I would have got
I
that.
feel like that's way more vague than.
Oh, you could
Jet
have.
Set Radio.
What was that BMX Triple X, the Dave Mirra game
The
that he
naked-
decided, yeah, where he didn't want to be a part of it, so they removed his name and then they just made it ridiculous.
Yeah, they were just like, "Hey, do you want to?" Yeah, that was fantastic. I remember going to the video
I
store
love it.
and seeing that, and I was like, "Wow, man, my mom's not
Well,
gonna let me rent this."
if Chris ever listens to this episode, he might be excited because you guys lost.
That's my first true loss for Guess My Game. I don't care what anybody says.
That
The Cameo one
that
was
one was rough.
horseshit. That was rough.
You guys got hung up, dude. You gotta dig a little bit.
We dug. We just got a little hung up. That's all. All right. So, let's jump into a topic that's not going to make me want to jump in front of traffic. So one thing that I wanted to talk about before we do anything else. One of the topics that I wanted to mention was that a new Dark Souls mod is coming out, and that lets you play the whole game as your favorite boss. So you basically like pick an area, you pick a boss, and you just like go to town. So if you could play any game from the perspective of the final boss instead of the hero, what would it be?
I just have one thing. It doesn't make any sense to me how you could just choose whatever boss you want to be, because if you chose like the Asylum Demon or you chose like Executioner Smug, they're just too big for half of the game. Like you can't fit them down a corridor.
Yeah, maybe there's a
You
limit.
fight them in giant arenas.
I don't know. Maybe there's like maybe you kind of like go outside the map or something. I don't know. This is why it's a mod and not like an official DLC, I suppose.
I don't like it.
I have my answer.
Go, Craig, go.
I would actually play as Tom Nook. And it would be fun to just run the city and cause problems, or be nice and be like, oh, you know what? Why don't we give that to you at an affordable price? You don't need to pay 900 friggin' bells for a piece of toast or whatever it is. I would play as Tom Nook. That would be fun. You kind of do it in Happy Home Designer, but it's not the same because you don't get to destroy an economy in your own town. I think that's what it would be fun. It would be like a sim building game, like a city building game, except you either get to be good or bad.
Tom Nook City Planner. That's actually the next Captain Toad treasure tracker. It's Tom Nook City Planner.
Yeah.
I would play the shit out of that. So what is like the most diabolical thing and like the most heroic thing you would do as Tom Nook in if you could play as him? Or you play as like one of his little like raccoon nephews or whatever.
Right. I guess it depends. So there's a few things you could do. Like if you wanted to be bad, you could I would say an option would be to hire Rossetti and then have Rossetti charge money, cuz like everyone, he just kind of talks a lot and you hit a bunch of buttons and skip it. But there's a lot of villagers, and if Rossetti was able to charge you money every time, that would be awesome. And then you could go into debt if you had none, and then you could actually charge more. You know, there's a lot of things you could do, even because Tom Nook owns, I think, because like you have to go to someone else. I believe you go to Lyle to pay for your houses, right? But I feel like all of that is based off of Tom Nook's economy, because Tom Nook is the reason that your city gets bigger if you do better with your stuff. So you kind of run the entire town. So I feel like you could be corrupt and kind of buy out the city hall and take out and control a lot of things if you wanted to.
Appoint your own like Supreme Court raccoons and
right.
Yeah.
Right. You could just be a terrible person that has a lot of money and then uses that money to gain power and just destroy everything that people once loved. Or you could make, you know, the stove cost 300 bells instead of 900. That's up to you.
You could like make a portion of everybody's city development revenue go towards the museum, so everybody has nice stuff to look at. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Bert?
Tom Nook is the ultimate video game boss.
He really is.
So because you mentioned Peter Molyneux earlier today in the episode, I have to go with Lucian from Fable 2.
Oh, that's
just so
cut.
I could be the ultimate bad guy, and then at the end of the game, actually give the other player a fucking final boss battle instead of just getting shot and dying on the pedestal.
I forgot about that. Oh my god.
Fucking Peter Molyneux.
I forgot about that. He was like, yeah, you can't kill me. Like, I'm going to be the guy. And then it's like, hit B, and you do that, and you shoot him, and he's dead.
No, you hit B to play a music box, and the music box makes his barrier go away as he's, like, draining the life out of your fucking family. I don't know who's draining the life out of.
It was Peter Molyneux draining the life out of you. I would play as Peter Molyneux.
Yeah, throw myself off a cliff.
I would actually play as the CEO of Electronic Arts. That's what I would, if I could play a boss of any game.
It would either be Lucian at the end of Fable 2, because that's such a good game until the fucking end, or straight up Ganon in Ocarina of Time. Because at no point has there ever been like a complete like 90-degree turn of, you know, you're the hero of time, you gotta save everything. Oh, wait a second, no, this is gonna be really fucked up. You have to like kill everything. You just gotta get in the way of the hero.
I mean, I feel
like to experience something like that.
I feel like at some point Ganondorf figured he was right. You know, he found out about the Triforce. He started kind of discovering the different secrets about it, and I guess you get the Triforce of Power, and that's just the way it makes your mind work. But I feel like at some point he might have had, I wouldn't say noble intentions, but he probably didn't have like destroy the world intentions. But it was like, oh, I can get some power from this. You know, I'm a child of destiny myself. Let's see what this is all about. And then, of course, gets things into his hands and brings about like an apocalypse. But, I'm sure he wasn't all that bad at some point. Maybe he was.
We'll never know because we don't have the game. So get on it.
Get on it. I have like 2 Zelda encyclopedias in my bookshelf right now. So, we could just start writing. Man, if I could play as anybody, I think I would like to play as the Elusive Man in Mass Effect 2. Kind of. First of all, I just want to be Martin Sheen. Secondly,
just end it there. No, end it there.
Yeah,
we're good.
That's pretty much it. Well, thank you for listening to this episode of Not Another Gaming Podcast. This has been me. I think so. Mass Effect 2 had like the. Well, I think Mass Effect 3 had the missions where you could like go on your phone, right? And you could like do the little like departure missions and get your galactic readiness up. So, yeah, I'd want to be the Elusive Man and, kind of put my own like foot on the throat of the galaxy. I think it was really fun playing as like Renegade Shepard. And, I remember when Mass Effect was fun. And, I think it would be even more fun to be this like political figurehead where you don't really have a whole lot to prove, but you're kind of just going about the galaxy, like swindling different factions, assembling your own like military junta of sorts, and like kind of assembling this stranglehold. Yes, Rob, go.
I want to just throw something at you right now that I know you're not ever gonna believe, but just listen to me.
Almost on.
In any game like that gives you a Paragon Renegade system, I have never once chosen to be the Renegade. I've always been the Paragon.
I cannot believe that you would just administer a fucking bold-faced lie like that on...
I swear to you, look me in my eyes right now. I swear to you on our friendship. Fable 2, good guy. Fable 3, extra good guy. Okay? Extra good guy. I had the angel wings and everything. Because I remember, because Chris 2, my cousin, Chris 2, he was playing at the same time that I was. He was doing the all evil one where you get the horns.
Yeah.
I was doing the all good one where you get the angel wings. But, you know, it doesn't make sense because every time I make a character in D&D, I am essentially inherently evil at birth. And, you know, it just comes through.
You are just essentially, you know, the Antichrist, basically. I don't believe that, but I'm
telling you.
I'll suspend my disbelief for the moment. But yeah, yeah, I want to play as the elusive man. I think it would be cool to run like a political campaign and try to like kind of swindle different spacefaring factions to kind of align to my side. And you know, at the end of the day, the elusive man, you know, wanted to fight the Reapers, but you know, was trying to kind of learn from them as well. So I think that would be really interesting to kind of like, you know, it's kind of like the enemy of my enemy is my friend. You know, the elusive man was never good. Cerberus was definitely never good as like a literal like space Nazi group. But I think it would be interesting to play as a guy that like believes so hard that he's right and believes that he's actually doing something for the good of the galaxy, when in reality there's a whole lot more going on than he even knows about. So yeah, I think that would be pretty cool. So.
Did he choose to be indoctrinated, or was he just like aside indoctrinated as he was working with them?
So I don't remember exactly. I'll have to look it up. But there was a comic where he is like, he was kind of like a bounty hunter before, and he like stumbled upon Reaper tech, and he got like implanted, like he got grievously injured, I think, and actually got implanted with the Reaper tech like to save his life, and then it kind of slowly crept its way into his brain. So he figured like what I'm thinking is right, but in reality that technology was actually swaying his thoughts kind of towards ever so slightly towards you know, the bad shit. So yeah, he actually was like I mean, in Mass Effect 2, like probably not so bad. Mass Effect 3, you know, obviously kind of like goes over the edge, but yeah, that's that. Bob, did you have something that you wanted to mention before we wrapped up?
Did you want me to bring that up, or do you want to hold on to it? I don't know what we have on time right now.
So we're getting there. We could probably like do like one more topic.
Okay. Unless Craig, you came prepared with the topic, it doesn't matter to me.
Only thing I would talk about is Sea of Thieves. So unless you guys want to talk about Sea of Thieves for a few minutes, that's all I do.
We've talked about Sea of Thieves and nothing has been positive.
Really? Okay. Now I'm interested in this. Okay. So why hasn't it been positive?
Because Sea of Thieves was my game of E3 last year, and I refuse to play it because there's no legitimate progress in the game.
See, I think you are wrong, sir, because the progress here's where it gets fun, right? Okay, so there you can get gold, and that's really it. The whole game is just, it's basically Animal Crossing. You're literally just doing tasks to get fancy clothes.
Never played.
But here's what it is. Sea of Thieves, the progress is seeing how many people you can actually be friends with. Because this game kind of rewards you for attacking other ships. So the way I play it is I jump onto other people's boats and talk to them and try to get them to be my friend, which somehow actually works. And
yeah.
you can...
I do that in PUBG all the time. Like I'll go into all chat and I'll be like, hey, if you don't kill, like if someone downs me and then their team's running up at me, I'll be like, hey, if you don't kill me right now, I'll tell you where all the treasure is. And then they ask me, hey, where's the treasure? And I say, check in between your dad's ass cheeks, and then I let them kill him.
Oh, okay. We kind of go along the same path, and then right at the end we kind of go a little bit different. But But there is something fun about being able to like communicate with other players online, especially when they're taking over a role. So even like Player Unknown, it's a survival game. So the whole time your heart's pumping because like it is kind of like a dangerous game. You know, there are people finding things and then you die and you're like, damn, I just want to be number one. But in that game, in Player Unknown, what I do is I take the cars and I put them on top of buildings, and then I yell to the other players to try to get their cars on top of buildings, and that's how I play the game. I feel like you don't need, the game doesn't have to give you a progression system. You can create your own, and sometimes that's seeing how many cars you can get on top of a building before the blue wall comes and kills you.
What are you unlocking when you befriend all of these other pirates?
Friendship.
Good point.
Not a fan.
Okay,
Not a fan.
but you can get money and stuff. I think Sea of Thieves is this weird thing because like I always have to. I think it's because like my whole life is like answering emails or doing a thing, but like doing Sea of Thieves is fun because you just hop on and like I can't even think of all the things that we've done, but you could do a lot of weird things in that game with the voice chat. And they added a megaphone. I don't know if you know this. Are you aware of this?
No.
No.
Okay, let me explain something. So there was a mission where you had to fight a giant shark. So now they're actually putting like updates out every week or every 2 weeks. So there's like a new thing every week that you can unlock, which is kind of fun. But there was a mission where you had to fight a giant shark. And to do that, you had to work with another team. So they gave you a megaphone so that you could yell across the sea at people. So now you have this megaphone that you can actually talk to people with, or if you really want to, you can drive by thing all-star through a megaphone at them. There's a lot of different options out there.
It sounds like the most versatile item in any game ever.
Megaphone.
Yeah, that's
it's
incredible.
really good. It's a lot of fun.
I mean, I can think of a million different things I could use a megaphone for, let alone in a video game in real life. So, I mean, yeah, I think, I mean, I'll take your word for it. I think, you know, if somebody were to be like, hey, Dom, you want to play some Sea of Thieves? And they like came over my house with the game, you know, I think I'd give it a shot. So, you know, I think your endorsement is as good as any when it comes to any games that I want to play. I mean, you know,
I don't know about that.
Oh yeah, for sure. If someone was like, "Hey, here's a free copy of Sea of Thieves," I'd absolutely download it and play it a couple of times. But like,
that's
no.
just like, you know, it's just like if somebody was giving away.
Never played it?
No, it would you can go back and check our post E3 episode from what 2017, right? That's when it was.
Yep.
And I called Sea of Thieves my game of show.
Right.
I called it at that point, and I said, when this game comes out, I will play it. I will have a crew of people to play with. Just because, well, at that point I was playing a lot of Ark as well, so I had a group of people that were all like-minded and wanted to play it. And then before the game released, everybody was up in arms about the beta. That there's no actual progression, there's no character customization, there's no ship customization. And I said at that point, well, maybe I'll give it a couple of months. I think like 6 months down the line, they'll probably add actual character customization, character creation, and then ship, like being able to hold onto your own ship and then customize it yourself. And that never occurred.
You can customize the ship now.
Yeah, with like bulkheads, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
They should add more, but you unlock scars. So we killed the shark, and they gave me a scar, so I could put scars on. Listen, I think you should give it a try, because you can start the game up one day and be like, I'm gonna sink ships and I'm gonna be as bad as I want, or you could start the game up another day and be like, let's see what kind of fun we could have with this, because you're interacting with real people. So like sometimes you just hide up on the crow's nest of their ship and wait for them to beat a thing, and then you just jump down and turn in a chest and get the money for it. There's all sorts of weird things you can do, but you just have to believe in yourself. And I feel like you should believe in yourself, give Sea of Thieves a try, and see what it is. You can be your own pirate. You can make it you can get beards. There's a lot of really good beards in the game. You seem like a gentleman that likes a good beard. I think Sea of Thieves is a good game for that. There's a lot of things you can do.
So can you
give it a
actually like
chance.
customize your character now? Because like I know that my biggest turnoff with that game was in the beginning. You have to just like hit right trigger a bunch of times to like randomize your character until you find the right one, which I truly
Yeah.
still do not understand. So can you actually like customize your character now or no?
So you basically, I think they're gonna add it where you can change your character. Right now, you get like a basic character, and then you can add like hair and beards and clothing. You can't create your own character, which is fair, but that is okay. That is a legit problem. I understand where people say there's not enough like content, but you do unlock missions that give you more money. Realistically, what you're doing is it's like the game of life. You're doing a bunch of crap you don't know if you really need to do, but at the end of the day, you're amassing money. And who knows what's going to happen? They might put out an update.
But right now,
where
there's just nothing to spend money on.
no, you can buy so many clothings. There's so many clothes you can buy. Listen, you guys are not understanding this. There's a megaphone in the game. You can yell at people, and you go on quests, and you unlock clothing. What is wrong with this? What is the problem?
Because you.
There's no game involved.
That's a huge game.
It's
There's
all
so much
social.
game.
It's all
Wait,
social.
so it's an AOL chat room, but you there's pirate ships,
Yeah.
and you get cryptocurrency that you can't use.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
there's two different currencies though. You can get the main currency, but then there's quest currency, which you can get fancier hats that are secret.
So it's
only
Team Fortress
limited
2
time.
on the water.
Right.
But Minecraft
Right.
on the water.
Right.
Okay.
I want to play those games.
So wait. So would you define Sea of Thieves as a social game?
I think all games can be a social game.
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm trying to give you some bullshit answers, but at the end of the day, it really is a social game.
How much is
because
Rareware
it
paying
interacts.
you to defend Sea of Thieves?
They're not. I wish they were. They could just give me in-game money, and I'd be
Yeah, but what are you gonna do with the in-game money?
tell you how much money I have.
On the megaphone.
I have a megaphone. Yeah.
Attention, everybody! I have 645,000 coins. If anybody sees the store come up, just let me know.
Listen, sometimes like a Kraken attacks you, right?
Are the
That's
Krakens
fun.
cool at least?
They're kind of cool. Like out of nowhere, the tentacles come up.
I think anything underneath, anything below an answer of like, man, they're so fucking badass is just like a
Okay.
crazy.
I'm gonna tell you. Here's the thing. You can get mad at the game because the Kraken. Okay, I don't want to tell you this part because then it's gonna make it more difficult for me to defend how much I like this game. The Kraken. Okay, so you're driving your boat. You're sailing your boat. It's sailing, not driving. I've learned that. And all of a sudden the water goes black, and you're like, oh
Wait,
shit.
what? Hold on, wait. Were you in a server and you said driving, and some fucking pirate on the other side of the map screamed through the megaphone?
It's sailing.
It's sailing. It's
Yeah.
fucking sailing.
I wish they could do that. There's megaphones now. So the water goes black, right?
Yeah.
Your ship stops. All of a sudden, these tentacles come out of the water and start attacking your ship. It is chaotic. It is crazy fun because you're attacking. Now I will be honest with you, right? There's no reward for killing it. I know. Listen, I know. And the Kraken doesn't actually have a body if you swim under the water. It's just his arm.
Okay.
But
Yep,
It's almost like this game is
But-
missing content.
no, there is. Okay, listen.
It's oh wait. The content is right at surface level.
Oh,
Right. And that's where you're going to be playing at, right there on the surface. That's where you can be.
Okay, keep going.
Okay. Picture this, right? You're looking at it. You can go off of what people have said, but imagine this, right? We're a crew of 3. We're on a boat. We just did a raid. We got a bunch of loot, and then a boat comes and tries to sink us to take our loot. So it gets really exciting because then you start fighting each other over not trying to get your stuff taken. And then a giant ass shark comes and starts biting your boat and attacking their boat. So now you have this situation where do you keep fighting where both of you lose? Do you try to talk to them to be friends? And even if you become friends, they could still turn on you. every
See-
day is a nightmare in that game.
I dig that.
A fun nightmare.
I
Fun
see
nightmare.
what you're saying. I see what you're saying, and that is an intriguing part of the game itself. My only issue with that is games take those kind of interactions and do them better.
So, but here's the thing, right? We all play video games.
I just have a question.
Okay.
Have you ever played Ark?
Yes.
Okay. Do you think that if you joined a server with 4 of your friends and then also like 25 other people, you don't think the interactions that go on in that scenario are better than what would happen in Sea of Thieves?
I think it depends. I think there's something fun about being pirates and being a nice pirate because everyone assumes pirates are not going to be nice. So it really confuses people. And at the end of the day, like, we all play these video games and we all try to unlock everything. And then 3 years later, they come out with a new game and all of our unlocks are gone, right? We don't have it anymore. But what we have is the memories that we made in the game, the fun we had. And for me, it's interacting with other pirates or sinking other pirates or having pirates just ruin my night, which is fun. And they're going to continue the game. So it does sound like I'm trying to sell you on the game, but you should buy it. Everyone out there should buy Sea of Thieves and play it. And don't look underwater when there's a Kraken. I swear, it's there. You just can't see it. Don't worry about it.
Okay, so
Did they at least make the water completely black, like there's ink?
Like the ink stops your boat. Like you'll just be sailing and all of a sudden you'll hear like a kind of a noise and your boat will just stop.
So if you jump in the water, is it all ink? And
It's
there's
all
nothing
ink.
there?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not just like surface level.
It's
of
not
ink,
just like-
and then you
yeah.
dive in and it's
No.
beautifully clear and blue. There's just nothing besides where the tentacles come into the water.
Yeah. I mean, under the water is all black. So you just can't see the arm. You just can't see if it's there. But I guess they went and figured out that there wasn't. But at the end of the day, I don't know. Okay, so what would you guys add to Sea of Thieves to make it a better game?
Should we? Wait a second. Let me get.
yeah, I was gonna say
Let
let me.
Let's do this.
Can I just say really quick? I had just saw an ad on the internet. I was over here googling Sea of Thieves, and I saw an ad for a PlayStation for a PSP limited edition Star Wars Battlefront entertainment pack for $600. I'm pretty sure PSPs were never $600. I don't know who's currently selling this, but it's on Amazon Prime. And I am just not sure. I'm just going to need everybody to sign up for a GoFundMe right now so I can get this PSP. Look at it. It's a Darth Vader one, too. Look at that. I swear to God.
See, I had that one.
Yeah. I had the regular black one, but and like the back hatch was all like fucking warped and shit, and
Oh yeah.
oh god, Twisted Metal was so fucking good for PSP. Anyway, yeah, what would I add to Sea of Thieves? Character creation.
Okay.
Like something to spend your gold on. So you keep your money?
Yeah, it's persistent gold. So you join a universe, you join like a server, and it's all random pirates, so you don't know who's in your server, but then all of your gold stays. So if you like turn in a bunch of loot and then you disconnect, you still have the gold later on.
Okay. So having played Sea of Thieves for as long as you have and being as big of an advocate for it as you are and knowing the game as you do, what would you add to Sea of Thieves?
What would I add to Sea of Thieves?
A Kraken body?
Okay, maybe that. See, I would add things. See, I think the game is perfect for how I want to play it. But what I would do is I would add other features that make people want to play it or come back to it. They've started adding like the weekly events because everyone said there wasn't enough content. One of those things where they're actually going to support the game over like a bunch of years. So they probably have a bunch of content and they are saving it, because if they would have put all of the content in, everyone would have done it in one weekend and been like, "There's not enough content." So everyone would have complained. Everyone complains about games.
I said the same thing right after release. I said they probably have a bunch of stuff lined up for release along X amount of months to years. But yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
I think what I would add to it is, what's really fun is the ability to have 2 boats on a server. I understand why they don't want to do that, because then you can gang up on other pirates. But what we'll do is, we'll jump on a boat and I'll say, "Hey man, are you going to be playing any longer? Because if not, can I join on your boat?" So I'll add them as a friend, have them add me into their boat, I'll leave my boat, and my friends will be on another boat. So now we have 2 boats in one server, which is really fun because at that point you can go and like destroy everyone, or you can confuse them by being very, very friendly. What I would add is, okay, so custom created character would be good. The ability to re-roll your character for an amount of gold, because like right now when you pick a character, that's who you stay as. And I think these are all things they're going to add. I think like hopefully they add it, because I know some people don't like the character they chose because they did the spin wheel and were like, I don't know, I just want to pick a pirate because I could probably customize this later, and they didn't. I know so they're adding ghost pirate ships now too, that are
That's
you're just
cool.
going to be sailing and then a ghost pirate ship will show up. It's really hard for me to say what I want them to add because I've been having fun with what they already have, but a body for the Kraken would be fun. I want rewards for killing the shark and the Kraken, like even if it was something like cosmetic and silly, like if I had a shark necklace and every time I killed the shark I got another tooth on it, or something like that, something that has like a we killed the shark, look how many sharks we've killed type of thing would be fun. That's roughly it. I don't know. I would add, what I want to add to the game is things that bring more people into it, I guess, because everyone's like, there's not enough content. I'm like, I swear, if you look down inside of yourself, you will find it.
I think what would really, I mean, even like rewards that would make sense, like if they're looking for like sensible, you know, obviously like you're probably not gonna like kill a Kraken and then like gold is gonna like just shoot out of its fucking pods from its arms, but like maybe you get like a reputation.
Definitely isn't gonna shoot out of the fucking body because there isn't.
Maybe like you get like a reputation type deal, like you get like a renown.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that doesn't make sense that there isn't like a renown system for pirates, because it's like, hey, you know, you're not like your average, you know, deck swabby, you know, you've been playing for a while, you've killed 17 Krakens, you know, you should be like a legend of the high seas, and maybe things are cheaper for you, or maybe you have access to different items, or whatever, I don't know. But
you could turn in the skull. I know there's no skull right now, but if you could like,
there's also no body for a skull to live in.
Right. Imagine this. Imagine, because like right now you go in the water and you can pick stuff up, but imagine if there was like, you killed the Kraken and there was just a giant skull in there and it took like 3 people to actually carry it onto the boat. That would be kind of fun. You sell that for a lot of money.
You could even put that as the bulkhead on the ship, like a Kraken skull on there, just to show them that you did it or something. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I you know, I'm not like completely, I'm not completely against ever trying it. I just feel like there's been a whole lot of reasons for me not to. So,
that's fair.
But
yeah, I have way too many games that I play currently that I get similar like avenues of enjoyment out of that you're saying right now comparatively. Like, you enjoy the experience of what you're doing with other people.
Right.
Today I was trying to get my achievements for my event pass in PUBG down, my one of my dailies. So I went into a random third-person lobby in a duos lobby because I didn't want to tank my first-person ranking, which is up there. It's definitely fucking up there. I'm coming back, baby. I'm coming back. So I joined a random game, and my duos partner was I swear he had to be in his 60s. Some 60-year-old older gentleman who was the most timid and afraid person I've ever played PUBG with, because I feel like that's probably not the game for you if that's your scenario. But I needed to get a vehicle kill, and I ran somebody over in the middle of the road, hit a bump, and did a complete backflip in a Murado. And there you go. That's my enjoyment experience from PUBG for the day.
That sounds like it works.
There's a place in Gatka. If you go to Gatka, there's 2 houses and a giant hill. Man, you can get some massive air over that.
Oh yeah,
best.
Great.
So before we wrap up this episode of Not Another Gaming Podcast, we are always like to close out with a little segment we like to call Wicked Good Gaming. Send it. Craig, as our guest, we'd love to have you participate first. This is a segment in which you can shout out whoever you feel like shouting out, plug whatever you feel like plugging, any links, any organizations that you perhaps belong to. It's on you.
Okay, so I'd like to give a shout out to so I guess this is where I would talk about AbleGamers a little bit more. You know, as a charity, we are trying to give out more controllers than ever. We're trying to help as many people as possible. So we're always looking for people that are interested in fundraising or maybe making a donation or simply just retweeting our stuff to help get it out there. So you can follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/AbleGamers. And we're also on Twitch. We're on Facebook. AbleGamers has been around long enough that there's even a MySpace page. So
Hell yeah.
it'd be really cool if you checked this out. What we're really trying to do is just make sure that everyone can enjoy video games and have the experiences that video games bring to a community. And there's a lot of friendships that happen. So yeah, if you could just check out our stuff, that would be awesome. Twitter.com/AbleGamers. AbleGamers is also one word. That is a thing. It's easy to find us on Twitter, but check us out.
Awesome. And make sure you go follow Craigums on Twitter and Twitch, and it's just at Craigums, @Craigums/Craigums on everything. You've cornered the market on Craigumsness, so you're really out here.
I try.
Yeah, absolutely.
Someone beat me to the Instagram name though.
Really?
Yeah.
Go to Instagram.com/Craigums and
No.
report all of his posts as spam.
Let's not do that.
Just kidding. Don't do that. Definitely.
I'm gonna do that.
Definitely do that. Don't do that. Definitely do that.
I will.
Rob, what do you got?
Big shout out to Craig for coming on. Thank you. I know it's been a long time coming. Me and Dom have talked about this for a while. He explained what AbleGamers was to me, and I was absolutely blown away by it. I think it's incredible what you guys do. I think you give so many people an opportunity to play video games or just to venture into a hobby that they may have never been able to. So I think it's great what you guys are doing. I also need to give a quick shout out to my new buddy Jay, who is a member of Bubba Sachs and Matty D himself's Discord community and their Twitch community as well. I've had my computer for 3 months now, and I've been trying to optimize my mic for recording, for streaming, just for gaming with my friends in general. And it's always picked up my keyboard clicks because I have a mechanical keyboard. But Jay comes out the cut out of nowhere, met him this weekend for Bubba's community meetup, and he goes, "Oh, you got a Yeti? There's a setting that you just have to go to on the back. Click on the heart-shaped setting, and it only picks up the audio in the front half of the microphone. It won't pick up the keyboard if the keyboard's behind it." And he fucking solved it. Solved my problem. I've been working on this for 3.5 fucking months now. One button, turned it 3 times, and boom, it's done.
That's incredible.
Perfect.
That's incredible. Big shout out to Jay.
And I was supposed to stream yesterday. Got some fucking. Yesterday was a tough day for me. So tomorrow I'm gonna try to stream.
Yeah.
So you guys can witness it firsthand. Good job, Jay. You're smarter than literally every one of them.
Yep, absolutely. And as for me, big shout out to Craig. Obviously, long time coming, having you on. Big shout out to you. So glad to have you. Make sure you go check out AbleGamers and Craigums on everything. Just don't look up Craigums on Instagram. Just don't do it. But yeah, really happy to see that we've got a lot more regular people in the chat. We've got a ton of guests that have come back. Big Tasty, Chuck MD, Commander Root, Craig, you're here. Thank you. Electrical Skateboard, Hazy Rome, Jam 781, Ms. Shasta, Night Howler, Shout Gamers, TP Poker, Kratonic as always. We love all of you.
Wait, where the fuck's our intern?
He's probably sleeping, or maybe he's working his shift at Best Buy right now. And shout out to intern Ken. Thanks for nothing. Just as existent as the Kraken bodies in Sea of Thieves. So for the next couple of weeks, your boy Papa Dom is going to be in Australia. I'm actually heading out there on a specific mission to get vengeance for Steve Irwin. I'll be out there delivering.
Don't you bring this up right now. I have had a decent day today. Don't bring this up right before I go to bed.
I'll be out there delivering Hulk Hogan leg drops to every stingray that I set eyes on, because the cycle of violence is still on, and we will never fucking forget. We will never fucking forget. So if we have any Australian SIGs out there that want to give your boy some recommendations for places to go, things to see, beers to drink, meals to have, please let me know. Venues in which I can slapbox a kangaroo would also be preferable. Just let me know. Let me know. So for the next 2 weeks, it's going to be Dr. Bob and Chris P. I'm just assuming complete and total anarchy for the next 2 weeks, but we will definitely see what happens.
We had a pretty decent episode last time.
No, you had a good one. It was good when I was in St. Louis. You guys had a good one.
Yeah, we had a decent one.
That was pretty good. So yeah, go make sure you tune in. It's going to be great. And as always, you can find us on all of your favorite podcast platforms: iTunes, Google Play, TuneIn Radio, Stitcher, and Podbean, Spotify. Spotify's a pretty big one, I would say.
Yeah, interesting.
And make sure you follow us on all social media networks: Facebook.com/WickedGoodGaming, Instagram @WickedGoodGaming, Twitter is @WickedGoodGames, Farmers Only, Christian Mingle, JDate, all that shit @WickedGoodGaming. And ensure that the next chance that you get, steal your girlfriend's Amazon Prime and subscribe to us on twitch.tv/WickedGoodGaming. Every single cent that goes into subs, bits, donations, all that stuff, we go right back into the channel. So giveaways, cool stuff, t-shirts, all that goes right into the channel. So
Speaking of giveaways, oh my god, I almost forgot.
Oh,
we'll save it for next week.
Yeah, we might be we're still doing a giveaway. Yeah. It's 10 codes for Earthfall. You can get like a free one.
I think we got 8. I think we have 8.
It's 8 free codes for Earthfall. You can get like a free.
There you go. 8 free codes for Earthfall.
So if you want a free code for Earthfall, the giveaway is still underway. We're gonna I think we already pinned the tweet. Make sure you go to @WickedGoodGames on Twitter and you go check out that tweet that we have about an Earthfall giveaway. Earthfall was so great. Me and Rob were like screaming and crying while we played it at PAX, out of sheer joy and anxiety. So
you guys left me for dead.
We won though.
Yeah, you guys won. I died.
I think it's about a team victory.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sure. I had the most kills, and you guys let your fucking leader die.
I was too busy. I actually couldn't see through the tears that were streaming down my face, running away from all the aliens. So, but it's not easy being Will Smith. Nobody said it would be. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Episode 82, Not Another Gaming Podcast. We very much appreciate you guys listening. This is like officially the longest episode of the podcast ever, by the way. We're coming up on like an hour and 45 minutes. Big shout out to Craigums. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Big shout out to Craigums. Big shout out to AbleGamers. We love all of you, and we will see you next week.